need for this. Okay.
No, we don't. Hey, I'm Raina.
I'm Cass.
And we're Wine and React. Nice to see you guys again. We're here for a very special episode. How we watched something. We did a thing.
We did a thing, yes. We went to the movie theaters.
And we saw Smile 2. Ooh. Would you like to share your thoughts first?
Okay, we both knew, I think, going into this movie that this wasn't going to be the best movie. This wasn't going to be...
We knew it wasn't going to be hard. We knew it was going to be good.
Yeah.
And maybe not horrible, we just thought not good.
Yeah. And this is going to be our first time really talking about it because we tried really hard last night not to, like, share our opinions.
Yes.
Right?
What an authentic reaction.
An authentic review.
Yes.
So, we watched the first Smile. If you haven't, like, checked that out yet, check that out on our channel, our reaction to that.
Link in the description.
Yep. And so, this movie was more campy than the first one. It gave more
camp. It was very similar to Drag Me to Hell. Like, that kind of graphics. That was funny. To me, that's what made it almost, like, comedic.
I screamed out loud in the movie theater twice.
She did.
Not because the movie was scary, but because of the jump scares.
Yeah, they were good on jump scares for this film. I
just think I don't really like horror films where they rely too heavily on the jump scares instead of the storyline. But again, it was camp, so I see what they were doing. Okay, worked on me. Okay, the acting, main actress, I think she's a great actor.
Yeah,
I think she's a great actress.
She did good. She did a good job.
I'm not a fan of camp. I don't know about you.
I didn't care for it in this context. I feel like it can be good if done in the correct way, but in this context, it didn't work. I felt like they didn't utilize the main actress well enough. I felt like it just was written wrong.
That part.
Because I was like,
she was that good of an actress.
I was like, wow. I had never heard of her.
Yeah.
I felt like they were trying to portray, generic pop star, like Kylie Minogue meets like Dua Lipa or something like that, and like she had you saw like the past and like what was going on in her mind. Like she was really good at playing that role, but to me the plot was like it was stupid.
Yeah,
it just was stupid.
Spoiler alert. Okay.
Spoiler.
Definitely big spoilers. So yeah, the main actress is playing this big pop star recovering druggie. Yes,
her name was Sky Riley.
Yes. And I didn't like the disconnect between her singing voice and her mouthing, and her lip singing. Because that was a big part of the movie where they kind of took you through her day to day, and because Smile ultimately is about trauma, it's like about processing trauma, right? That's the kind of like theme of it. That's what this deity, whatever you want to call it, feeds on. And they wanted to show you the stress of her life, given what she recently went through, which was a huge car accident while she was on drugs with her boyfriend, where her boyfriend passed away, and she just suffered major injuries, especially a back injury that kind of leads her to trying to get really strong painkillers.
Yeah, pretty much. And in one of the flashbacks, it reveals that she pretty much caused the accident. It wasn't just that they were on drugs and they accidentally crashed into anything. She overtook the steering wheel and
she flipped out and pulled that steering wheel. That's what caused the crash.
Yeah, that's how her boyfriend died. I was like, I feel like crap too.
yeah.
A little crazy.
But it was almost too campy with the monster this time around, instead of like, this thing could be anyone, right?
Yeah,
this thing could be anyone. There were multiple people that it was being at the same time, and they were all they were her backup dancers.
Yeah, the backup dancers in the apartment. That was stupid.
That was ridiculous.
That was stupid as hell. When it turned into her assistant, and then her room was trash.
Yeah, that was good. That
was good. But I just was like, oh wait, how did that happen? Is it like possessing people, or is it in her mind? Was the room actually even trashed? I don't know. I think
that actually happened because the mom was there and was like trying to console her. I think the disconnect was the first movie. We kind of got a good sense of this is actually happening. This is just in this person's head, right? in this one, the lines were blurred more for the audience, right?
Yeah.
On our side, we were like, is this actually happening, or is this just in her head?
Yeah.
And I think we were seeing things that were just in her head, and we weren't able to decipher that for ourselves as the audience. So, like, there's a scene where, as Raina was saying, like, her assistant comes out of her room smiling, and then she gets into the room, and it's trashed.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm assuming that we're seeing that part just inside of her head, but what's happening in reality is she went into the room and trashed it.
Mm-hmm.
And this thing is, like, confusing her mind to make it so that she doesn't remember that happening,
mm-hmm.
or doesn't remember her doing that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one, and I think I like the approach in the first film better, where the audience knew, as opposed to this one where we didn't know, because it felt more confusing.
Yeah, because you're just like, wait, like, you want to have feedback about what's going on, but you're not even clear of what is happening as the audience member. I don't know.
I think the scary part of the first film, right, was watching someone you knew wasn't crazy, like, go crazy to everyone else.
Yes.
Like, everyone else thinking that she was crazy. I think that was the scary part, because, like, you know what's happening to her, and you're just witnessing how other people are viewing her and thinking about her, and that made you feel insane.
Yeah.
This time around, you were made to feel insane.
Because you're like, wait, hold on.
Yeah, you're like, wait, what? What happened now? What happened now? And
extra characters that you're like, okay, is this person actually real? Is this in her head?
Yes.
Like, I felt like the last half of the film was a lot of that. For instance, she had an estranged relationship with her, I guess, former best friend, and then also, like, road assistant named Gemma. And you're going through the process thinking that she reached out to Gemma, apologized, the girl staying at her apartment. There was a weird scene where, you know, Gemma wakes up and is like, you're feeling this because you're a horrible person. And, like, she smiles weird, and then it's just in her head, and then it's the next morning, she's making her coffee. Then she goes through all, like, the theatrics towards, like, the latter half of the film, and she's driving her to Staten Island to meet an alleged doctor who was supposed to stop her heart and save her. But none of that was happening. I was like, I'm pissed off. I'm thinking this is happening, and it's not.
Yeah.
What's the purpose of this?
Yeah.
You know? And then by the end, I'm like, is her mother alive?
Exactly.
Is her mother alive? Because the thing about it, the demon pretty much made it seem like, you know, the mom was possessed and was stabbing herself or whatever. And then you pretty much wake up and you put two and two together that she probably killed her mom. And then she's trying to leave the hospital. She takes the gun from the security guard. She was allegedly in the car with Gemma, but Gemma was never there. Gemma never, you know, interacted with her for about a year. It was weird. And then that doctor, was he even real?
He wasn't. He wasn't.
Yeah.
I think it's really the approach that they took with the film, because I left confused.
Yeah, and then by the very end, she was on stage and she just...
Her mom was there.
Yeah, it was like, it was like going back days before when she had that first initial performance. And it was like all of those days that of all the things that were leading up to whatever, it never actually happened. It was all in her head. And she on the stage, and that's how it... I'm like, that's cool. And that was super camp, because the mic's gonna go into the side of your face. Whatever. It was real dumb.
Technology nowadays.
It was real stupid, and that was how it ended. And the crowd was like, oh.
Yeah, and I think it's the idea is that this thing, because of how it passes on, you watch some... Unalive. You watch someone unalive themselves, and it passes on to you.
Yeah.
So their concept was...
Or they're being unalived by somebody else. Because, you know, okay, like how...
I know what you mean. Yes. But...
They have to see themselves... They have to see somebody being killed. Unalived.
Yeah. But in that process, it's the person who has it that's unaliving someone. Yeah. And you're passing it on to someone else.
Yeah. Oh,
who's witnessing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so... I didn't like it. I didn't like it because of how crazy... I think it's really about that strategy of, okay, you're, as the audience, witnessing someone else being perceived as crazy, while you know what's happening. Like, that strategy works a lot better than what they did here, where we're both feeling crazy. Like, the audience is feeling crazy, like, what's happening, and the actress, the main star, is also going, like, you know, feeling crazy. Yeah. I don't think that strategy works.
Yeah, because it's just, if anything, like, I understand the approach because they want more shock value, they want more questions, they feel like, oh, it's gonna be like information about the film is gonna go viral, people are gonna talk about it, but nobody likes to be fully confused.
Yeah.
And, like, I didn't like it. I think the writers should have reworked that for sure.
Yeah. How many wine glasses?
Ooh, out of 5?
Out of 5.
Just because of, like, I will say the whoever did makeup and what else? Clothing. I think the fashion choices, and I also think that it was shot very well.
Yeah. Yeah.
The camera quality was very very clear. It's very high quality.
Yeah.
So just because of that, I'll give it 1. I'll give it 1. Yeah, no, because it would have got none, but it I have to give it. And then I'm not gonna lie, the main actress, she was excellent. They utilized her wrong because it was a bad script, but objectively she did an excellent job. I want to see her in more work, but yeah, just 1 for me.
Again, because of the action, I really think she carried this film. Because of the main actress and because of the shots that were in this movie and just movement with the camera, I think it was really well. I'll give it a 2.5.
Okay.
Yeah, 2.5.
All right. Excellent. Thank you guys.
Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.
Yeah, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time.